Retiring to Portugal from the United States in 2026 is no longer a simple lifestyle move. It has become a structured decision involving visas, taxes, healthcare, and long-term residency planning. Portugal still offers one of the best retirement lifestyles in Europe, but the rules have become stricter, and planning now matters more than ever. Let's make this simple. First, how you actually move to Portugal. Most retirees use the D7 visa, which is designed for people with stable passive income. In 2026, the minimum requirement is linked to Portugal's minimum wage, which is about €920 per month for a single person. For a couple, this increases to around €1,380 per month. But here's the reality. Portuguese consulates often expect more than the minimum. They want to see consistent income and financial stability, usually backed by 6 to 12 months of bank statements. You also need a 1-2 month rental contract registered in Portugal before approval, which means you must secure housing in advance. There is also another option, the Golden Visa. This no longer includes real estate. Instead, it requires around €500,000 invested in approved funds. The advantage is flexibility. You only need to stay in Portugal about 7 days per year, and there is no waiting period for bringing family members. This makes it attractive for high net worth retirees who want optional residency. Now let's talk about taxes, because this is where things have changed the most. The old tax benefits under the non-habitual resident program are mostly gone. In 2026, most retirees are taxed under Portugal's standard system. Portugal taxes based on residency, while the US taxes based on citizenship. That means you file in both countries. Here's how income is treated. US Social Security is taxable in Portugal. 401k and IRA withdrawals are taxed as regular income. Tax rates can go up to around 48% for higher incomes. The US-Portugal tax treaty helps prevent double taxation, but in most cases, you end up paying the higher Portuguese rate. Now let's talk about healthcare, which is one of Portugal's biggest advantages. Portugal has a public system called the SNS. Once you become a resident, you can access it at very low cost. However, most retirees use a dual system. They rely on public healthcare for major treatments and private insurance for faster access and English-speaking doctors. Private insurance is relatively affordable. A couple in their 60s may pay around €150 to €300 per month, which is far lower than US costs. Now let's talk about daily life setup, because this is where many people face challenges. The first step is getting a NIF number, which is required for everything, including renting a home and opening a bank account. Banking can be difficult due to US reporting rules like FATCA. Portuguese banks often require detailed proof of income and source of funds. You also need to exchange your US driver's license within 2 years of residency. If your license expires before that, you may need to take a full driving test in Portuguese. Now let's talk about where to live, because this defines your experience. The Algarve is the most popular region for retirees. It offers beaches, warm weather, and strong expat communities, but prices are higher. Lisbon and Cascais provide top infrastructure and healthcare, but they are the most expensive areas in the country. Porto and Braga offer a more balanced lifestyle with lower costs and a more local feel. The Silver Coast and inland regions like Coimbra or Évora provide the best value, often with housing costs 40 to 60% lower than Lisbon, but require more adaptation to local language and culture. Now here's something many retirees miss. Family rules have changed. Under new laws, D7 visa holders may need to wait up to 2 years before sponsoring family members, unless they qualify for exceptions. This makes planning for couples and families more complex than before. Finally, let's talk about the long-term path. You can apply for permanent residency after 5 years. This gives you the right to live in Portugal indefinitely. Citizenship, however, may now require up to 10 years of residency, along with language and integration requirements. The bottom line is simple. Portugal is no longer a tax-driven retirement shortcut. It is a lifestyle-focused destination that requires planning. You need a stable income to qualify for residency, a tax strategy for dual filing, a healthcare plan using public and private systems, and patience with bureaucracy. If you prepare properly, Portugal still offers one of the best retirement lifestyles in the world, with safety, lower living costs, and a relaxed pace of life that is difficult to match elsewhere in Europe.